ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد واهتدى ومن يعص الله ورسوله فقد ضل وغوى اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق وامسحوا برؤوسكم وأرجلكم إلى الكعبين وإن كنتم جنبا فاطهروا. My dear brothers and sisters, today's khutbah is a brief reminder about a very important act of ibadah. And rather, that is the key of ibadah. Our most important ibadah, prayer, depends on this act. The act of performing ablution, performing wudu, making wudu, that we do every day, 5 times, less or more, but most of us are unaware of its importance. We don't know how much important this act is and what are the importance and what are the excellence and what are the blessing of performing wudu mentioned in Quran and Hadith. If you don't know the importance of something, you may realize this one. You may not put any importance. And this act of performing wudu, even I have seen, and some brother they told me that some old people, 50 and 60 years old, even they make some mistakes in performing wudu. Especially our youngsters, our children, they must know the importance of wudu and doing wudu and making wudu. So this is the, must know that our Jannah and hellfire is linked with this wudu. If you are making a perfect wudu, there is a guarantee of Jannah. If you have some mistakes and weaknesses and there are defections in your wudu, so there is a warning of hellfire. The Prophet ﷺ says that مَا مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ يَتَغَضَّأُ فَيُسْبِغُ الْوُضُوء, that if one of you, he makes wudu and he makes it perfectly, he makes a perfect wudu, complete wudu, fulfilling all the requirements and conditions, and then he recites in the end of the wudu, he recites this dua, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إلا فتحت له أبواب الجنة الثمانية. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens all the 8 doors for this blessed person. يدخل من أيها شاء. He can enter through any of these doors. So all 8 doors are open for this person who makes a perfect wudu. So we must bear in our mind that these all 8 doors are open for us every day. After every wudu, these doors are open. But the condition, if you are making a perfect wudu, perfectly fulfilling the conditions. And there is another hadith Abdullah bin Buraidah radiallahu ta'ala, and he reports on the authority of his father Buraidah radiallahu ta'ala, that once the Prophet ﷺ, he offered Fajr prayer, and then he called for Bilal Habashi. When Bilal Habashi radiallahu ta'ala, he came, he said, Ya Bilal, bima sabaqtani ilal Jannah. What do you do that you enter into Jannah before me? Bima sabaqtani ilal Jannah. With what deed you have surpassed me? You have entered into Jannah before me. دخلت البارحة فسمعت خشخشتك أمامي. I entered into Jannah, I visited Jannah in dream, and I heard the flip-flop of your feet in front of me. I heard your voice of your walking in front of me. So what do you do? What deed do you perform? So Bilal Habshi radiallahu ta'ala, he said, I do that ma adzantu qat illa sallaytu rak'atayn. Whenever I make adhan, I offer two nafal, two rak'ah. After every adhan, after Fajr, there are two sunnah of Fajr. After Zuhr, there are sunnah. After Asr, there are sunnah. And even after Maghrib prayer, most of the brothers, they have neglected the sunnah of Rasulullah. That they come in masjid and they see there is a time for prayer, but they don't offer prayer. Why? Because their imam have prevented them. They said there is no sunnah before Maghrib prayer. So what Bilal Habshi radiallahu anhu said then, Ma azantu qattu illa sallaytu rak'atayn. Whenever I made adhan, I offered two rak'ah. So this is sunnah. The Prophet he encouraged Sahaba, Sallu qabla al-maghrib rak'atayn, Sallu qabla al-maghrib rak'atayn. Offer two rak'ah before Maghrib prayer. Offer two rak'ah before Maghrib prayer. Then third time he said, Liman Shah. Offer two rak'ah before Maghrib prayer, whoever wants, whoever likes. These are not compulsory, but it is sunnah. If you come to masjid, you see that people are waiting, offer two rak'ah of Maghrib prayer. So these are the sunnah. So Bilal Habashi radiallahu ta'ala, he says that ma adzantu qattu illa sallaytu rak'atayn. Whenever I made adhan, I offered two rak'ah. And the second, ما أصابني حدث قط إلا توضأت عندها. Whenever my wudu is broken, I renew my wudu. So I look after my wudu. Whenever my wudu is broken, I make another wudu. This is the sunnah. So look, imagine the condition of Makkah and Medina. There was shortage of water. Still there is problem of water. Alhamdulillah, we have no these problems. But at that time he said, Ma asabani hadathun qat illa tawadda'tu indaha. Whenever my wudu is broken, I renew my wudu another time. So this was the act. Rasulullah said, Bihada, yes, this is the reason that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He showed me, He made me listen your flip-flops wrong in front of me in Jannah. And my dear brother, not only getting Jannah is linked to this wudu, there is another good news. The Prophet says that تَبْلُغُ الْحِلْيَةُ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِ حَيْثُ يَبْلُغُ الْوُضُوء. That adornment of a believer, beauty and decoration for a believer will reach wherever the water of wudu reaches. So if you are making wudu, you make your hands wet, so you will get the ornament on the day of judgment. That beauty and adornment and decoration and jewelry. يُحَلَّوْنَ فِيهَا مِنْ أَصَابِرٍ. The believer, they will be given, beautified their hands, their arms with jewelry decorated. So a believer, he will given adornment and jewelry and beautified on the day of judgment because of this water of wudu. Wherever it reaches, his face, his arms, his hands, his feet will be adorned, beautified, decorated with jewelry, with gold, with silver. And my dear brothers, also The third blessing of this wudu is, once Prophet ﷺ was asked, Ya Rasulullah, كيف تعرف أمتك من بين الأمم من نوح إلى أمتك. Rasulullah, tell us, how will you recognize your followers? How will you recognize your ummah on the day of judgment? Among all nations, there will be thousands of nations, thousands of followers of the different prophets and messengers. How will you recognize your own ummah among all prophets, among all nations? He said, Hum ghurrum muhajjalun. My ummah will be ghurrum muhajjalun. Their faces, their hands, arms, their feet will be bright. They will be white. Min atharil wudu, because of this water of wudu. This is the beauty of the day of judgment. This is the only one means by which our Prophet ﷺ, he will recognize this. He will recognize his ummah only because of this water, this whiteness, this brightness, this beauty. There will be light on the faces. Inna ummati ya'tuna yawm al-qiyamah ghurran muhajjalin. My ummah will come on the day of judgment with their faces, their arms, their legs will be white and bright, and they will be lighting. So this, there will be nur on their faces because of min atharil wudu. Laysa ahadun kadhalika ghayruhum. There will be no other person beside my ummah. Only this is the distinguishing feature of this ummah because of this water of this wudu. And my dear brother, this wudu is half of iman, half of iman. The hadith we know, at-tahur shatrul iman. Cleanliness is half of iman. Cleanliness is half of iman. But tahur also applies to wudu. There is a authentic hadith. Our Prophet says that لا تقبل صلاة بغير طهور. Prayer will not be accepted except with tahur. Tahur means ablution. Tahur means wudu. Without wudu, prayer will not be accepted. At-tahuru miftahu salah, was-salatu miftahu al-jannah. Wudu is the key to prayer, and the prayer is the key to Jannah. If you want to get Jannah, offer prayer. And if you want your prayer accepted, perfect your wudu. Make wudu. Whenever the Prophet he mentioned wudu, he don't say make wudu. He said, Man tawadda'a fa'ahsana al-wudu'a. He who made wudu and who perfected his wudu. Not only to make wudu. We make wudu only. But the thing that is required is to perfect your wudu. This is half of iman. This is sign of iman. If you want to make yourself mu'min, perfect your wudu. The Prophet said that لا يحافظ على الوضوء إلا مؤمن. Hadith is authentic, sahih hadith. لا يحافظ على الوضوء إلا المؤمن. No one guards and looks after his wudu except a believer, except a mu'min. This is a sign of iman. A person who is very caring about his wudu, he is mu'min. This is a sign of iman. And my dear brother, another very important point regarding the importance of wudu, that this is only one of the noblest deeds about which the angels, they are arguing, they are discussing. The angels, they never engage in trivial matters, politics. People, as we are discussing these trivial issues, whenever we sit, we waste our time in these wasteless and useless issues, politics, what is going on in Pakistan, what is going on in other countries. So this is لا خير في كثير من نجواهم إلا من أمر بصدقة أو معروف أو إصلاح بين الناس. There is no use of discussing these issues and whispering except for discussing good and the acts of ma'roof, acts of encouraging people to perform good deeds. So angels, they never discuss these issues. That even some people, they come to offer their condolences and still they are busy in politics. My dear brother, whenever you sit and perform some good deeds, recite the Quran and offer some salutation upon the Prophet. Because this gathering in which we do not recite Quran, we do not send salutation, it will be a sign of regret on the day of judgment. A man, he will regret, why I wasted that time. So the angel, whenever they sit, they discuss, they argue some about very important issues. فِيمَا يَخْتَصِمُ الْمَلَأُ الْأَعْلَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he asked his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "O Prophet, tell me a deed about which the highest, the noblest angels, they are arguing, they are discussing. What deed they are discussing?" He did not know. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he showed him his signs and he made him aware of the answer. And so he replied to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "Fil kafarat." And there are three deeds the angels are discussing. The important. First, what is the first one? Isbabul wudu. Perfecting wudu. The reward of perfecting wudu. They are discussing. What is the high? Who are the lucky people who perfect their wudu? What will the benefit they will get? What will the reward they will receive on the day of judgment? Isbabul wudu. And then وَالْمَشْيُ عَلَى الْأَقْدَامِ إِلَى الْمَسَاجِدِ. And going to masajid on feet, not driving, not on car, not on your bike, but walking. This is a great reward, great act of Islam, walking towards masjid. And the third, وَانْتِظَارُ الصَّلَاةِ بَعْدَ الصَّلَاةِ. And waiting for prayer after one prayer. If you have time, no need to go to market, sit in masjid, recite Quran, offer nawafil, wait for another prayer. So this is the best deed. These are the three best deeds. Angels, they discuss, angels argue. And among these three, what is the first one? Isbabul wudu. Perfecting wudu, making your wudu perfectly, doing your wudu perfectly. So my dear brother, we have a very short time. I want to discuss how to perform this act of wudu. How to do wudu. Most of us, we don't know. And first, we should know when we are required to make wudu. If anything expense from our private parts, both parts, if you hear some sound, you feel some smell, after urine, you must perform wudu. Or after sound sleep, after heavy deep sleep, if you are sitting without leaning, you doze off, your wudu is not broken. If you are sitting without leaning to wall, without leaning to your chair. But if you lay down on earth and you sleep, so this is your wudu is broken afterward. So you are required to make wudu. So first, the thing we are required is clean ourselves from all impurities, and then make niyyah. So what is the niyyah of wudu? There are no wording required. There is no word to perform wudu, no word to start your prayers. This wording, this kind of intention with words is bid'ah, not proved by any authentic hadith. So you must concentrate, you must prepare yourself, you must get ready. You must know what am I doing. So this is niyyah, no word. And afterward, my dear brother, take water and wash your both hands, starting with your right hand. First wash your right hand, then left hand, up till this wrist. So above this wrist, wash your hand 3 times, 1 time, 2 times, how many times you want. So all we have option. If you feel that after washing 1 time, your hands are wet and there is no part is left dry, so alhamdulillah, no need to do 2nd time. But you have choice 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but not more than 3 times. وَمَنْ زَادَ عَلَى هَذَا فَقَدْ أَسَاءَ وَتَعَدَّى وَغَلَطَ. He who increased more than 3 times, he is unjust, he is disobedient, he is sinner. There is clear warning. It means, so this wudu is linked to Jannah or hellfire. If we are careless, we are adding more than 3 times. Sometimes I see some brother, they are sitting and the tap is running and they are cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. So they are doubt. This is shaitan. It puts and whispers doubt in your mind. And they are doing 3, 4, 6, 7 times. Prophet says, "Waman zada ala hada," he who increase washing his parts more than 3 times, faqad asa wa ta'adda wa ghalab. He is unjust, he is disobedient, he is sinner. So 1, 2, 3 times. And afterward, my dear brother, after cleaning these 2 hands, take water in your right palm and put in your mouth. Rinse your mouth. So rinsing mouth is not only putting and blowing out. It means that make it move in your mouth and clean your teeth. So before starting wudu, we are encouraged to do miswak. So as-sawak matharatul lil fam, it cleans our mouth, wa marzatul lil rabb, and it is a means to seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So after we can do 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but not more than 3 times. Then take water in your hand, right hand, and put in your nose. And clean your nose 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So there is 2 kinds of ahadith. In some ahadith, these 2 acts are mentioned in the same time. Tamatmat was tanshaq. And rinsing your mouth and putting water in your nose at the same time. Take water, first put water in your mouth and throw it out, and then the same water put into your nose. So this is the most preferable in authentic ahadith. Most of the people, they don't know. They clean their mouth first, then they clean their nose afterward. So this is also some ahadith, the proof and strength of this opinion, but the most preferable authentic opinion is to do these 2 acts in the same time. So whatever you find easy, you can do. So afterward, take water in your both palms and wash your face, my dear brother. So what is the face? From this ear to this ear, from top of your forehead to the bottom of your chin. All this is your face. It must be washed. It must be wet in washing your face. From this ear to this ear, from top of your forehead to the bottom of your chin, all. And you must run your finger into the hair of your beard. So this is also the advice of Prophet. It means that we must grow our beard to follow this sunnah. And then, my dear brother, so you can do 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times, but not more than. And afterward, this elbow, this arm, up to above this elbow. Oh, this arm we must wash 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but we should make sure that no part is dry. Then left arm, complete. And then wiping over our head. This is called mas ala ras. And it should start from here, and then all the way we should go back till the last part of our hair, till the neck, then return. Then come back, the same style. Some people, they move and then they left. Though we should come back, but there is no mas upon their neck. Some people, they do mas upon neck after mas ala ras. So this is bid'ah. No authentic hadith prove this one. Only mas ala ras famsahu bi ru'usikum. And then the part of ras is also this ear. Ear also part of ras. So after wiping over your head, then the wiping over your ears here. So they start with the index finger move inside, starting from the bottom, going upward, and afterward with thumb outside, starting from bottom upward, upside. So this is the proper way of mas ala ras and ears. So index finger will move inside, start from here, and then with thumb outside, starting from the bottom and going upward. So this is the most of the people, they don't know. And then, my dear brother, washing your right feet up to the ankle, above ankle. Man sha'a an yutila ghurratahu falyaf'al. If you want to increase, you can wash more. You can wash the whole leg. Because whenever this water will reach, you will get the beauty, you will get the lighting, you will get the brightness of the day of judgment. Afterward, the left arm, left feet above your ankle. So this is so in the beginning there is dua Bismillah Rahman or Bismillah only, and in the middle there is dua. There are some ahadith, some are da'if, some are hasan. You can make dua Allahumma ighfir li dhanbi wa wasi' li fi dari wa barik li fi rizqi. This dua is also proved by some ahadith. And in the end, أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم اجعلني من التوابين واجعلني من المطهرين. But there is no dua with washing every limb, every part. Some people, when they wash their hand, they make dua. When they rinse mouth, there is separate dua. These separate dua, they are fabricated, self-made. No authentic hadith to do this one. May Allah give us to understand and to follow all the rules. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. آج کے خطبہ جمعہ کا خلاصہ یہ ہے کہ عبادات میں سے ایک بہت بڑی عبادت وضو، جس پر ہماری نمازوں کا انحصار ہے. اگر یہ وضو صحیح نہیں، ہماری نمازیں قبول نہیں. بلکہ یہ وہ عظیم عمل ہے جس پر جنت کی بشارتیں ہیں اور جس پر جہنم کی وعیدیں ہیں. اگر یہ درست ہے تو جنت کی خوشخبریاں ہیں. ما منکم من احد یتوضا فیسبغ الوضوء. جو بھی تم میں سے وضو کرتا ہے اور بہت اچھا وضو کرتا ہے، اس کے بعد یہ دعا پڑھتا ہے الا فتحت له ابواب الجنۃ الثمانیہ. اس کے لیے اللہ جنت کے 8 دروازے اللہ کھول دیتے ہیں. یعنی روز ہمارے لیے جب بھی وضو کرتے ہیں اچھے طریقے سے تو جنت کی خوشخبریاں نصیب ہوتی ہیں. جنت کے دروازے کھولے جاتے ہیں اس شخص کے لیے جو اتنا اچھا وضو کرتا ہے. یدخل من ایھا شاء، وہ ان میں سے جس میں سے چاہے جنت داخل ہو جائے. لیکن اگر یہی کوتاہیاں ہیں، یہی اگر یہ وضو میں نقص ہے، عیب ہے، تو آپ نے کیا فرمایا؟ ویل للاعقاب من النار، کہ جن کی ایڑیاں خشک رہ گئی، اعضاء خشک رہ گئے، اس کے لیے جہنم کی وعید ہے. آپ نے ایک شخص کو دیکھا، وہ نماز پڑھ کے آیا تو اس کے اعضاء میں سے حصہ خشک تھا. آپ نے کہا واپس جا، جا کے وضو دوبارہ کر اور اپنی نماز کو دوبارہ دہرا. آپ کو بتایا گیا تھا کہ اس کا وضو میں نقص رہ گیا ہے. پھر جب آپ نے صحابہ کو دیکھا وضو کر رہے ہیں اور ان کی ایڑیاں خشک ہیں، ویل للعقاب من النار، کہ جن کی ایڑیاں خشک ہیں وہ خشک حصہ جہنم میں لے جانے کا سبب ہے. یعنی وضو میں نقص جہنم میں لے جانے کا سبب ہے. وضو میں اگر لاپرواہی کی گئی ہے، 2 بار سے 3 بار سے زیادہ دھوتا رہا تو پھر بھی وہ ظلم کیا ہے. من زاد علی ھذا فقد عصى وتعدى وظلم. جس نے زیادہ بار دھو لیا وہ ظالم ہے، وہ نافرمان ہے، وہ سرکش ہے. یہ ہمارے خوش نصیب اور بد نصیب ہونے کا احساس اس وضو پر ہے. تو اس کو اچھے طریقے سے سیکھنا چاہیے. کسی بھائی کو ذرا سا بھی اس میں اشکال ہو، میرے پاس آئے. اس کو جو مسنون وضو ہے، بدعات والا وضو نہیں، یہ ہم نے خود بدعتیں بنا رکھی ہیں. ہم نے وضو دھوتے وقت دعائیں پڑھتے ہیں، اپنی گردن کا مسا کسی صحیح حدیث سے ثابت نہیں ہے. تو یہ وضو کا طریقہ سیکھیے، کیونکہ یہ وضو یہ جنت کی علامت ہے. یہ قیامت کے روز کا حسن ہوگا. یہ جنت میں انسان کو، مومن کو زیور پہنایا جائے گا. اور یہ وضو ایمان کی علامت ہے، یہ ایمان کی نشانی ہے، یہ نصف ایمان ہے. اللہ تعالیٰ میں صحیح معنی میں دیز میں توفیق عطا فرمائے، بیماروں میں دعا فرمائیں. اور فوت شدگان کے لیے ہمارے ایوب صاحب کی والدہ فوت ہوئی، اللہ کو مغفرت فرمائے. ہمارے بھائی خورشید صاحب بیمار ہیں، اللہ ان کو شفائے کاملہ عطا فرمائے. اللهم انك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى. اللهم زينا بزينة الايمان واجعلنا هداة مهديين. اللهم اغفر لجميع موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم انك انت الغفور الرحيم. ربنا اغفر لنا ولوالدينا وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. اللهم اشفنا واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم انا نسألك الصحة والعفة والعفاف والغنى. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم دمر أعداء الدين. اللهم خذهم أخذ عزيز مقتدر. اللهم انصر المسلمين في غزة وفي كل مكان. اللهم انصرهم وثبت أقدامهم. اللهم اغفر لجميع موتانا وموتى المسلمين. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما